Hi guys. Last week we practiced drawing sugar skulls, if you can remember. I will quickly go over that again. And of course, sugar skulls are for the Day of the Dead. The first thing we want to do is we want to draw a big circle towards the top of our paper. That's going to be the top of the head. Okay. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, the next thing we're going to draw is going to be the jawline here and right over here. Okay, and after we get that done, we're going to kind of connect it up with some lines, just like so. Okay. If drawing an upside down pear shape helps you, maybe you do that. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the mouth right down here below this line, and then I'm going to draw the teeth starting in the middle, which might be a capital or a lowercase n shape. Okay, and for the bottom teeth are going to be lowercase u shape. Okay. So you're going to make all the teeth. I'm doing a terrible job because I'm rushing. I want you to take your time. You really should not be able to finish in the time that I get this video done. You should still be working by the time this video is finished. Okay. All right. So I'm going to erase this line, and if I drew pretty light, I'll be able to erase it fairly well. Drawing light is the key. All right, the nose is an upside down heart shape, so if you want, you can turn your paper upside down and draw a heart. If not, then just draw a heart. Heart shape. Okay, the eyes, they're bigger than what you think they may be. If you feel your eye sockets, you can actually feel that bone in your head that holds your eyes in place. Okay.
Miss White, you're needed in Miss Miles' classroom. Miss White, you're needed in Miss Miles' classroom.
Oh my. So there we go. Basically, I've got my skull drawn. Okay. Your next thing you're going to do is you're going to add your designs. And I've got some designs here. I've got flowers here. Okay. I've got vines. I'm going to make it symmetrical, so whatever I do on one side, I'll do on the other. Okay, so maybe I want to make a cross right here. Okay. Some little circles around here. Something down here. And I'm trying to draw a lot darker than what you should be drawing when you do this, okay? I'm not. And it's just so I want you to be able to see it. Okay, I might draw some little leaves. Okay. A lot of you asked me last week, actually, how do you draw a mustache? If I was going to do that, I would come in here and I would do this number. Okay. So there we go. He has a mustache now. I might come in here and give him swirly line. Maybe. These little things, make them big because in a minute we're going to go over it with a black crayon, and if you don't make them big enough, you're not going to be able to go over it. It's just all going to run together and be a big black crayon mess. Okay, so basically there's your sugar skull, and you want to use as much of that paper as possible because in the end we're going to end up cutting it out. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is, actually, wait a minute. I'm going to go over every one of my lines with the black crayon, okay? So we're going to pretend that I'm taking my time really well, even though I'm not. Okay, so even my designs, I'm going to go over with a black crayon, and that is why I said don't make these things too small because you're going to end up with a big black mess.
Attention teachers and students, please follow your fire drill procedures at this time. Attention teachers and students, please
Okay.
follow your procedures for fire drill at this.
The next thing I'm going to do, I'm so sorry if you can hear that, fire drill. We're going to pretend that I just outlined everything I had and I chose to color certain things in, but not everything. Okay. Now, I've put watercolor paint at your table, more than likely. And the next thing that we're going to do is, look, watch, I'm wetting my brush. I've got a wet brush. I'm going to dip my wet brush into the paint. Let's say I want green. Okay. Do you see I'm not digging in here? I'm just getting water on my green paint. Just like so. Okay. I've got plenty of green paint on this brush. Watercolor. It is going to be very watery, and that is okay. So I'm going to use a small brush for small little details, and I'm going to use a big brush for big, giant details. Okay, on the areas that I have colored in, I'm going to be using a method called wax resist. Okay. And I do not want to see anybody digging into the paint. You do not need to dig into the paint. It is going to be very liquid and it will get on your brush. If you have water on your brush, it will get on there. You will have plenty of paint on there. Okay. So I'm just painting this real quick. Let's see. I have a few more leaves down here. A leaf here. A leaf here. That black crayon is going to help it stay inside the lines, but if you paint over the lines, it will also paint over the lines, so be careful of that. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to wash my brush off now because I'm changing colors. Wash my brush off. I don't want to see any of this because your paint's going to go everywhere. You're going to splash your neighbor. Okay, swipe. That will get all the water off of your brush that you need off your brush. You might not need that much water off your brush. Okay, I'm going to use some yellow. Okay, I'm going to paint the middle of my flower yellow. And again, I'm not digging in this paint. That's a huge waste of this paint, is to dig in it. But I have seen people do it because they do not think they have anything on their brush. Okay, I'm also gonna paint maybe, paint these yellow. You can paint them all different colors if you want. Just to save time, I'm just gonna paint them all yellow right now. And I did color in the inside of my eyes and the inside of my nose with black, a black crayon, so that's probably something you will want to do unless you have other plans. I'm not gonna